Wow, Sonic with a sword? What will we think of next? Sonic and the Black Knight is the second and last entry into the Sonic Storybook series, or duology. It's only 2 games. I don't know if we even call it that. Now, honestly, hot take here. I think this game is actually pretty good, and I think more people should probably, play it, I guess. When it comes to the storybook games, Black Knight is often considered the better of the 2. Not by much, but I do think this one's good. Well, let's get into why I say this game is good. Because the weeb said so. I don't know, let's just do it.
Meanwhile, the game starts off with Sonic falling from the sky and somehow not dying while falling on the ground with chili dogs. First game to acknowledge that. I like that because Sonic, I guess that's all he eats somehow. He eats nothing else but chili dogs. Yeah, that's the plot. Some girl summons Sonic to help with King Arthur, who's apparently evil, and that's the plot. Go stop King Arthur and hope that nothing else happens at the end. Now, when it comes to the cutscenes, they're quite good. I like the storybook aspect where it opens like a book. And honestly, they look pretty dang good. I like them, honestly. And of course, the 3D cutscenes here are also just as good. And they look pretty good. I like these over Secret Rings. Now, when it comes to the controls, they're a heck of a lot better than Secret Rings. Instead of just mainly being motion control based, use the nunchuck to move, the A button to jump, and swing the Wii remote to swing your sword. And it works very well, honestly. Honestly, swinging the sword part is actually kind of fun because I feel so cool when I use it, but actually when I feel like I'm swinging it, the motion controls feel like they're actually working instead of halfway through like Secret Rings. And that alone, worth the price of admission, makes this game way better to control. Now, when it comes to the levels, I think they have some really good, interesting themes. When it comes to the Medieval Knights era, they definitely do the use of themes a lot more consistently and better than Secret Rings. Some forest areas, towns, castle, you name it, you know. The themes don't, and they don't overstay their welcome, say, like Secret Rings or so. We actually cycle through the scenes a lot more consistently, and we're always seeing different ones on a daily basis because we're always going to different areas fast. And what about the pacing? I'm glad to say that pacing's a lot better. Unlike Secret Rings, where there's 57 different side missions and you don't know which one's going to lead for progression, there's always a couple side missions in the area and the main mission. Very clear for progression. It's just whatever Secret Ring did, Black Knight did it better and did it a lot more consistently, leading to progression being a lot more fluent and a lot more funner to actually do. So there's that. That's what Secret Rings does better, just being more consistent. And also the music is really, really good. That's like a given in Sonic games, but I love this, and I could listen to it to hours on end. The music is just so good. Just know that Sonic music is always good. And the boss battles, and they're just kind of okay. You can literally beat Shadow in a span of 10 seconds, and it's really not that hard, honestly. I know, just kind of spam everything and block perfectly and you'll be fine. Good times. Knuckles is always kind of just the same thing. Just block long enough for him to get close while he's vulnerable. And also Blaze, it's also easy. I feel like a lot of these bosses are just easy. You just rush them and block and attack with all your might very quickly. These bosses are over in the span of less than a minute. And then next up, you got King Arthur. His first boss is fine. The tutorial for boss fights, so it's okay. And then second boss is so dumb. You have to time your Wii remote shakes just as the Wii remote appears on screen. It's so persistent as kind of annoying, honestly. It's the only frustrating part of the game. But the final boss transformation, Supersonic, is so cool. Golden Knight armor, put on his helmet, getting a cape, and rebuilding Excalibur. It looks absolutely incredible. And this is why the cutscenes look so good. And the final boss is pretty good. This is your simple, basic, time your remote swings right and dodge perfectly. But unlike King Arthur, it's a pretty good blast to play, honestly. This game is surprisingly really great with it. And yep, I think the side mode is just like Secret Rings, where it's just okay. You got a bunch of different modes, but I feel like they speak for yourself if you play them. I'm too tired to actually care about playing these modes sometimes. The character roster is very interesting. You got Sonic, Knight Shadow, Knight Knuckles, Knight Blaze, Tails, Amy, but you also have regular Shadow, Knuckles, and Blaze, and King Arthur, and Silver, which kind of weird how Silver is not in this game, but Blaze is. But Jet, for some reason. We don't know why Jet's here. This is the last game made an appearance besides Riders. And yeah, the mode is just kind of okay. It's kind of weird with a bird's eye view in this arena, and it's just not as fluent as the main game should be. It just kind of feels Black Knight for just being doing a lot of things more consistently and definitely feeling better to play. Definitely makes it a better game to Secret Rings. I recommend checking out at least once.
And that was Sonic and the Black Knight. Obviously, it's pretty good. Once again, it just does more things consistently, which kind of makes it a lot of a better game. And both games also have a pointless side mode. So there's that. I'll see you next time for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Dying to Pokemon video games. See you next time. See ya.